Bueno, pues vamos a ver si se han solucionado un poco los problemas. Que hemos tenido antes, que se salía continuamente. Bueno, vamos a seguir por aquí haciendo misiones. El tema es que yo creo que aquí no nos van a dejar entrar si no sobornamos al guardia. Yo no sé si se puede dar la vuelta por aquí. Que todavía no tengo sigilo, ¿no? Vamos a intentar por aquí hacernos el tonto. Por aquí nada. Y supongo que el otro lado igual.
And where do you want to go?
Why? In there.
Forget it. Silas only wants to see scrapers and rogues in his bar.
I'm a scraper, and I'm thirsty.
You don't look like no scraper. You won't get in here like that, boy.
How about some ores and admission fee?
How much ore exactly is some?
A ver, tengo 10 pepitas.
I have 10 ore. Here.
10 ore? For that, I'll allow you to try again.
How about some ores and admission fee?
How much ore exactly is some?
Esto va a ser 100.
100 ore nuggets should be enough.
Truly spoken. You can get in.
Bueno, pues por lo menos nos dejan entrar. A ver qué hay por aquí.
You don't look very happy.
I'm not. I need to get rid of a whole pile of weed.
You're here to sell goods from the sect camp?
Yes, but I just can't be bothered.
Vale, el otro me había pedido hierbas del otro campamento.
I could sell the weed for you for a consideration, of course.
Forget it. I'm not as drunk as all that. You just go running away with it.
Here you go. Have another drink on me.
Thanks, man. I'll drink to your health.
Bueno, sencillo.
Think about it. Give me the weed and we'll share the profit.
No, man. I'll manage.
I'll tell you something. You have a problem. Bal Kagan will make sure you'll be replaced.
What? The sleeper have mercy on me. I need to get rid of this stuff.
Pues dámela.
Think about it. Give me the weed and we'll share the profit.
Oh, man. I need to get rid of this stuff.
50.
You wouldn't try to make me look like a fool, would you?
I give you my word.
Good. Here's this stuff. You should get at least 400 ore for it. That would be 200 for each of us. I'll be waiting here. Come back as soon as you have the ore.
Do you know who'll take bigger amounts here?
If I knew that, I would have gone myself. I feel much better now that I'm rid of this stuff.
Bueno, vale. Esto por ahí. Vamos a ver qué más gente nos encontramos por aquí. Este es el que nos ha traído aquí. Vale,
Laris has a message for you.
Tell me about it.
He wants to know what's going on in the sect camp, and he wants you to find out.
I get the feeling this problem will solve itself.
Show me your goods.
Choose something.
Vale, a ver qué tenía este por aquí. Nada. No me interesa.
Well, how's the mine going on?
We've done most of it. Just a few more weeks and we'll have enough.
Vamos, hazme caso. Este quiere hierba. Está fumando un porraco ahí.
You're from the free mine, right?
Right. How'd you find that out?
Nada, este no me hace ni caso tampoco. A ver, por aquí, cuidado, que a lo mejor no me deja. Silas.
How are things?
Great. We trade our homemade rice snaps for ore. Well, the boys carry in enough ore. Where should they spend it, if not here?
I want a drink.
You'll have to pay for it.
Te vendo los porrillos. Dientes. Ganzúas. Arroz, pan y flechas. Que me da muy poco, 10, me da 5, es que te dan siempre la mitad de lo que valen las cosas. Yo creo que más centro no nos podemos ir, ¿no? Se enfada. Bueno, nos ha dejado.
What are you doing?
I'm making rice schnapps, boy. Here, have a bottle, but don't tell Silas.
How's the distillery going?
I can hardly keep up with these guys. Man, can they drink. That's a good thing, really. While I'm busy, the Rice Lord's lapdogs leave me alone.
What can you tell me about the Rice Lord?
He's a damn swine. His thugs pick on the weak and force them to work in the fields. Well, the only one who could stand up to him is Horatio, but he doesn't do violence. Well, I did once hear him say he'd love to smash the Rice Lord's head in, but he'd never really do it. It'd go against his beliefs.
Vale, hay que encontrar esa persona para quitarme en medio al señor Arroz. Macho, me estoy yo metiendo por aquí. Bueno, vamos a ver si soy capaz de abrirlo. Suena bien, pero no sé qué hay que hacer. la terraza. Y ahí hay mercenarios. O bandidos, vamos a venderle.
Do you want some swamp weed?
I'll give you 10 ore for it. Here. Anytime you need to get rid of some more, just stop by.
You look like you could do with some swamp weed.
You got some? I'll have a stalk for 10 ore. Come back any time, brother.
Vale, perfecto. Perdonad un segundo, ahora vengo.
I just want to talk to you.
I'm not here to talk.
I just want to talk to you.
I'm not here to talk.
There was a time when things would have gone very differently.
It was obvious that there'd be trouble ahead.
Bueno, este es el que me pidió el encargo de lo de la hierba del otro campamento. No sé si decirle algo. A ver, no me dice nada, pero a ver.
Show me your goods.
As you
A ver
wish.
si tiene hechizos. No, lo que tiene es lo que tiene. Porrillos.
Do you want some swamp weed?
I'll give you 10 ore for it. Here. Anytime you need to get rid of some more, just stop by.
Poco irreal esto de venderle hierba.
Do you want some swamp weed?
I'll give you 10 ore for it. Here.
Delante de sus narices,
Anytime
¿no?
you need to get rid of some more, just stop by.
Seguimos. A ver si esta gente quieren ahora.
Get your dirty hands off!
Try that again, and you'll regret it.
Buah. A ver, este es 104, ¿no? $0.58. Pues nada, 104. ¿Por qué pone mod SP108? Vale. Bueno, no pasa nada, venga.
You have to watch what you tell
You're
people.
probably right.
Toma.
Do you want some?
I'll give you any.
Some people
There must be
never
something about
learn.
that story after all.
Adiós.
But keep it to yourself. People don't need to know it.
Do you want some?
I'll give you
Estas son las voces que se oían antes arriba, cuando estaba por arriba de la montaña. Un poco falso, ¿no? Pero bueno.
Rely on somebody.
Vale, ahora tenemos más cuidado.
Rely on somebody in your
Claro, es que robarle a este hombre delante de sus narices, esto me dirá.
You have to watch what you tell people.
There was a time when things would have gone very differently.
No las tengo, pero bueno.
I have the 400 ore.
Count again. I hope you haven't spent half of it on booze.
Bueno, me había dicho que hablase con el de abajo. Y he hablado con el de abajo, o sea, el que me invitó al campamento. Y bueno, no me sale otra opción nueva de conversación.
I need a few things.
La mejor arma que tienes igual que la que tengo yo, nada.
Hang on.
Let's talk about something else instead.
Hang on. Better not go rushing.
Yo paso de entrar ahí.
You look like you could do with some swamp.
He goes, huh? There must be something about that story after all.
You look.
He goes, huh?
I wouldn't like to be in his shoes, Bob.
You have to watch what you tell people.
You look like you could do with some.
He goes, huh?
Recadero puro y duro, ¿eh?
I better keep out of it.
I have some swamp wheat.
Sure. Come by.
I better keep out of it.
Some people never really not my problem.
Bueno, por ahora vamos bien.
I doubt that's ever likely to change.
Something about that story after all.
As long as I'm not
Oh,
involved.
142. Me queda hasta 400, muchísimo.
Listen to all the blathering.
That wasn't very clever.
Wasn't very clever.
You're very probably.
You don't look very agile. I could help you.
A ver.
I can show you how to control your body. It's the art of acrobatics.
Cleared up ages ago.
Don't need to know it.
10 puntos de habilidad. No los tengo.
Hang on.
I can't teach you anything. You don't have enough experience.
Same old story every time.
That's really not my.
As long as I'm not involved.
You look like you could do with some swamp wheat.
He goes, huh?
I'm not involved.
I have some swamp wheat here. Do you want?
Sure. Come by.
no te caigas, ¿no? Y ahora, ¿por dónde vamos? Por aquí abajo. Toda esa parte, ¿no?
I have some swamp weed.
Why not? Going out.
Blade.
I want to become a mercenary for the mages.
That's not so hard. If you're prepared to fight for our cause, Lee's bound to take you on. But he only takes people who are good with a sword. Well, are you?
Well,
I thought so. If you're really serious, talk to... Maybe you'll be lucky.
El caso es que ya he entrenado al nivel 1 y no.
do you want some swamp weed?
Sure I do. Here's 10 ore.
Seguramente
If you
se
get your hands
necesite
on
el
any
nivel-
more, you know...
Ya sé. Ya sé que eres un fumeta y que todo lo que te traiga, bueno, para ti, bueno es. Por aquí, con cuidado. Wolf. Vale, Wolf. Ahí está el arco, 50 pepitas, 10 puntos de habilidad, no tengo. Busco una armadura mejor, comercial.
Do you trade in anything else?
I buy furs and skins from...
Ya, pero no tengo de eso. Esto no tengo ni idea qué es. Que los próximos puntos de habilidad deberían de ser para aprender a despellejar animales. Que me van a dar más.
You look like you could do with some swamp weed.
You got some? I'll have a store. Come back anytime, brother.
Aquí que pasa, son todos unos fumetas o qué.
You look like you could do with some...
You got some?
Seguimos.
I have some swamp weed.
Sure. Here, come by again.
People always talk.
That's really not my problem.
You look like you could do with some swamp...
You got some? Come.
You have to watch what you tell people.
But keep it to yourself. People don't need to know it.
Do you want some swamp weed?
I'll give you any.
There must be something about that story after
Bueno,
all.
una manera de eso. Gana dinero, ¿no?
Shh, hey you.
Who? Me?
Exactly. Come over here.
No me gusta esto.
What do you want?
You've just arrived, haven't you? I noticed it straight away. There are a lot of things you need to know. I can teach you a few things. Besides, you have to watch who you talk to. Butch, for example. That's the guy over there, next to the campfire. Be aware of him.
What's the matter with Butch?
He has the mean habit of beating up the new ones. So you better avoid meeting him.
A saber si es verdad o no.
What can you teach me?
It depends. What do you want to know?
Este es interesante todo, pero no tengo puntos de habilidad.
What can you teach me?
It depends.
I have some swamp wheat here. Do you want some?
Sure. Here's 10 ore. Come by again when you get some more, will ya?
Que se va el control. Qué molesto. Bueno, pues por aquí ya está hecho esto. Vamos a hablar con el mago. A ver si me vende hechizos. El piromántico está bien. Se ha cargado el lobo rápido. Tipo del show.
I need more magic power.
I can help you to increase your power. Use it wisely.
No tengo puntos de habilidad.
I want to acquire magic writings.
Estos son libros, pero es que no sé cómo van. Anillos de magia. Anillo de destreza. Anillo de vida. Bonificación de vida más 10, 180, joder. Aquí está. Rayo de hielo. Luz. Bloque de hielo. Curación por mana. Rayo de hielo. Este a lo mejor no se gasta. Bueno. Pues nada.
Step aside.
A vender hierba, a trapichear para conseguir fondos. Vale, eso lo tengo donde no he subido allí, ¿no? Allí es como algo. Vale.
Hang on. Better not go rushing.
Vale.
It was obvious that there would be trouble ahead.
Do you want some swamp weed?
That wasn't very clever. I better keep out.
Well, if you think
Do you want some swamp weed?
Sure I do. Here's 10 ore. If you get your hands on any more, you know...
But keep it to yourself. Rely on somebody and you're in trouble. That's how it goes.
Vale, otro más.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's really not my problem.
I have some swamp weed here. Do you want any?
Why not? I'll give you 10 ore for it. Go and ask some of the other guys. They're bound to want some too.
That wasn't very clever.
I thought that'd have been clear.
Do you want some swamp weed?
Sure I do. If you get...
Who are you?
I'm Torloff. I was involved in a mutiny as mate of a royal warship. It wasn't such a good idea. The greater part of the crew was on the captain's side. That's how I came to be here.
I'd like to join you.
Lee won't take you on until you get real good. I'm telling you now. And until then, you'd better stay on good terms with Laris and his crowd. You want some advice, boy? Steal something important from the old camp. Or the old mine. As soon as the boys notice that you're against Gomez, you won't have any more trouble here.
And how do I do that?
You need to win their trust, and then you can rip them off.
A ver si me deja la sartén. Me quedan 13. Ocho. Que hay que hacerlo de nuevo. Era más fácil como lo hice el otro día. Listo. Pues ya lo tengo.
Let's talk about something else instead. As long as I'm not involved.
Do you want some swamp weed?
Sure I do. Here's 10. If you get your hand...
Things would have gone very differently. Hang on. Better not go rushing into anything.
Do you know where you're heading?
Where?
You're heading straight for Lee, our leader.
As long as I'm not involved.
What do I need to do to make you let me see Lee?
Nothing. This isn't the old camp, and Lee isn't Gomez. He doesn't need an army of henchmen to hide behind. He can defend himself. We are only here in case he needs us.
Vale, entonces me dejarás pasar, ¿no?
I'd better keep out. People always talk. I'm not involved.
You're the boss of the mercenaries, aren't you?
That's right, boy.
Buenas armaduras y buenas armas tienen, ¿eh?
I'd like to join you.
You have a nerve. Do you honestly think I'll just take anybody who walks in here? You can only become one of us after you've spent a certain time in the camp. I'll observe you.
Which task do the mage's mercenaries have?
Very simple. Protect the ore, protect the mages. Sometimes the mages have a special task for one of us.
I have some swamp weed here. Do you want any?
Why not? I'll give you 10 ore for it. Go and ask some of the other guys. They're bound to want some too.
Do you need another good man?
Lee won't have anyone join the mercenaries unless... If you want to stay in the camp, you'll have to...
Pensé que tendría alguna escritura y aprenderías con algo.
Stop! Nobody may pass without the password.
Bueno, ¿quieres hierba o qué?
I have some swamp weed here. Do you want any?
Why not? I'll give you 10 ore for it. Go and ask some of the other guys. They're bound to want some too.
I want to say it again! No step further!
Do you want some swamp weed?
Sure. If you get your...
Me piro. A ver, ¿cuánta hierba me queda? 24 porros. Bueno. Tengo 322 pepitas. Me queda poco para los 400. Los de arriba no sé si me darán. Vamos a intentarlo. Este es que no me dice nada. Estos tres que hay aquí.
How are things going at the moment?
The scrapers are still collecting.
How are...
The scrapers are still... Watch your back.
I have some swamp weed here. Do you want any?
Why not? I'll go and ask some of the other...
I have some swamp weed here. Do you want any?
Why not? I'll give you 10 ore for it. Go and ask some of the other guys. They're bound to want some too.
I have some swamp weed here.
Why not? I'll go and ask some...
Guarda antes de darle ahí que no me fío.
Try that again and you're dead.
Bueno, ha quedado claro, ¿no? Es lo que hay.
Do you want some swamp weed?
Sure I do. Here's 10 ore. If you get your hands on any more, you know...
May I pass through here? May I pass?
No sé cuánto tiempo habrá que hacer esperar para seguir vendiéndole al mismo. Con controlar un poco, madre mía, ¿no? Ahora. Bueno. Bueno, vamos a tener por aquí. Lo que pasa es que aquí abajo estaba el tío este del arroz. Y va a venir a por mí. A quitarme el dinero. Ya de momento ha cambiado la música. Yo creo que me voy por aquí, ¿no? Por la derecha. Sí.
Lefty sent me. I've brought you some water.
But you don't have any left. Well, never mind, boy. I'll ask the others.
You're probably right. There must be something about that story after all. I shouldn't believe everything.
Que si subo arriba, este me va a dar para el pelo.
People always talk. Rely on somebody and you're in trouble.
Hey, you! I told you to take some water to the peasants. I don't like people who make promises and then don't keep them.
In the olden days, the fights were better.
Ya se quedó trillado otra vez. Qué molesto es esto, ¿eh? Se sale continuamente.